Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Easter baskets, and I'm really excited to share two different types of Easter baskets I'm putting together this year. So if you are new to my channel, I created this channel as a homeschooling resource to give you different curriculum ideas, organizational ideas, and ways to invite Christ into your homeschool space. So if you're interested in those things, please hit that subscribe button, and let's get into this video. Okay, so today I'm going to be sharing two different types of Easter baskets, the ones for my kids and then the ones I make for a few of my neighbors. I kind of do a different thing every few years, and so I'll explain that a little bit when we get to it. But first we're gonna start out with my kids. Okay, so we're gonna start out with the Easter baskets. So these are, I don't do anything special for Easter baskets, let's get real here. So these are just probably from Walmart, I'm not really sure, and they're several years old. So there's just different ones for my kids. And this one's still for, I think my 6-year-old, or maybe he has the trucks. Maybe this is for my oldest. Anyways, at the time we bought them, they sort of fit the kids' personalities and interests, and they still sort of do, but obviously they're getting a little old for this. And then I have these crinkly bags. So I just have the filling. These at Walmart were the same price as the like plasticky ones. So I was like, they're the same size. So I just got these. So I got some pink for the girls and blue for the boys. They didn't have a variety of options. And then I also got some white just to kind of fill it in. So we have all those. So those things are all important. They're usually the things that I don't remember. I'm like the baskets and the filling stuff, whatever it's called. Those things are important too. So then I'm going to tell you the things that I got for my kids that are all the same. I don't go super crazy for the baskets themselves. And I'll tell you why in a second, because we do something else that's kind of become a tradition and was a tradition in my family when I was growing up. So they all get a few treats. I am not a huge sweet lover. I don't go crazy and get my kids tons of treats for any of the holidays. So they just get each one of these bunnies. And again, it's probably not the best chocolate or anything like that. I just kind of go for what's cheapest, and most of the time my kids don't even care. So this is just one of those like milk chocolate bunnies. And then I usually always get carrots, at least for the last several years I have. These are just the Reese's Pieces or whatever that look like a carrot, and they love that. They think it's so darn cute. And then I found most of this stuff at Hobby Lobby, I believe. Some of it at Siegel Book and Tape, which is like a church bookstore in Utah, and a few other places like on the West Coast. And they do have some sort of locations back east as well. They just might not be named the same thing, but these are from Hobby Lobby, I believe. So I just thought these were cute, and I was like, oh, I could just put this in with our crafts for Easter, but then I was like, oh, we'll just put it in their basket and give them something to do. So these it has two, I think. It has a bunny in there and then a little chick on the back. So it has markers. I can pull out more markers, or even paints would be a fun thing for them to do. So they'll each get one of those. And then at the bookstore, I found these Melty Beads right here, and they were 99 cents. So they were pretty cheap. And my kids love Melty Beads. If you have seen a few of my recent videos and even the Christmas video, my oldest got Melty Beads, the perler beads, we call them Melty Beads, for Christmas. And so when I saw these, I was like, that'll be fun for them. And they're nothing intricate. My kids have done way more intricate things, but it's just their own little kit, and it just has like 2 little Easter eggs they can make and stuff like that. So they're each gonna get one of those. And then this year they're each getting a jump rope. These are kind of loud, sorry. So I have a variety of colors because it was hard. These are all from Amazon, actually. Some of these things are from Amazon. Forgot to mention that part. So this jump ropes here, I got a few different colors because I couldn't find any that were the same colors, but I didn't want super cheap ones. Our neighbor is in a jump rope class. So he's like 8. He's 8 years old. And does all these jump rope moves and everything. So my kids would have been interested in jump ropes. So I was like, oh, we'll get them jump ropes, even though my youngest will not be very good at it yet. She's only 4, but I didn't want her to feel left out. So I have this one, and then I also have this one that's yellow and green. So I know which one's for sure going to the girls, because purple is one of their favorites and pink's the other. The boys, they didn't have perfect colors for what they really like. So we'll let them fight over that and see what happens. I don't know. Okay, and then the last thing all of my kids are going to be getting is something Christ-centered, because I want them to remember that Easter is about Christ and his resurrection, and not just about all the gifts they can get or candy or all the other things that are going on around Easter. I want them to really focus on Christ. And so we try to do that as a family, and I wanted something in their basket that focused on Christ. So I went to a different church bookstore. It's called Deseret Book, and I got these little magnets. They say, "Come follow me." They have Christ reaching out with his hand to the children, so I thought that was cute. All my kids have magnet boards in our homeschool room that have their names on them, so I got these to go on those magnet boards, and then I got them a picture that they could also hang up with their magnet on their magnet board. And so I got two different types because one has a girl in it and one has a boy in it, so 2 girls, 2 boys. So there's this picture with Christ and a little boy, and these are by David Bowman, and they have a little inspirational story thing on the back that inspired the photo. And so these will go to my boys, and then I got this one for my girls with Christ in it as well. And I just thought those were super cute. I know that it's not as exciting as some of the gifts and other toys they'll get, but I always want to help them remember that Easter is about Christ and about his resurrection, and that's why we're celebrating it and not just about all the other things. Okay, so those are the things that they're getting that are the same. Let me just kind of go quickly through from the oldest to the youngest. Again, there's only a couple things that are different per each basket. And so I saw these at Hobby Lobby. We did get some of these last year. They're like little Lego things, like in a little egg thing you could hang up. My words are so well today. My vocabulary is amazing. But I think we had 2 of these last year, so I tried to mix and match. If they get the same one, then they can just trade. I don't really care. But so he gets 2 of these, and then my 6-year-old boy will also get 2 of them. So he has those, and then he's been so into puzzles lately. He's 9 years old. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he really loves puzzles. He just finished a 1,000-piece puzzle almost completely by himself. I helped a little bit and did some of the things, but he mostly did it all by himself. So he's loving puzzles. And I saw this when I was at the church bookstore. It's a picture of Christ. It's kind of hard to see because it's twisted around the tube, but it's one of those like micro puzzles. It has super teeny pieces. There's 150 pieces, but they're just really, really small. And so I just thought he would love this. It might take him a while to do it. I'm not sure, maybe he'll do it really fast, but he's become very, very good at puzzles. And so I thought he would like that a lot. So that's what's going in his Easter basket. And then for my 7-year-old daughter, when I was at Hobby Lobby, I saw these Sidewalk Tattoos. And I also got one for my 6-year-old. His patterns are a little different. So these look like they're big decals. Hers are all hearts and stuff that you can put on the sidewalk. And so it comes with the decals, it comes with some chalk, and then you like get them damp, like those wipe-on tattoo type things that you put on your skin, and you put them on the cement, and then they can color in the pictures. I'm gonna choke on my spit here. We're fine. Everything's good over here. And so I just thought she would think this was a lot of fun. I considered getting it for my 4-year-old, but I just didn't think she would do as well with it, and she would just scribble all over the place anyway. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I got this from Hobby Lobby. And then this was from the bookstore, and it was just it just has a whole bunch of different eggs that have that very intricate coloring. I can't think of what they're even called right now, but these types of coloring books, adult coloring books, which always sounds weird, are the kind of things that people have been into a lot lately. Anyways, and so I saw this and it was $2, and so I just got this for her. And yes, it's all Easter eggs and stuff like that, but I just thought she'd have a fun time coloring it. I might have to find some pens that she can use, or maybe some new colored pencils that she can sharpen. I don't know, just because the lines are so small, she needs something really fine to be able to use. So I don't know if I'll add that to the basket or if it's something we might get after. I'm not really sure. If I see anything in the next few weeks, maybe I'll add it in, but we never know what's gonna happen. And then my 6-year-old boy is also getting some of these Lego sets. So his is a helicopter, which I believe my oldest got last year, which is why I'm giving it to this one instead of the older one. And then a little truck right here. And so he'll have those. And again, I can't remember which ones they got last year, but I was like, oh, well, they can figure it out. And then the Sidewalk Tattoos as well, but these ones have cars on them. And so I thought this would be fun for my oldest, but neither of the patterns really fit what he's interested in. So I was glad when I found the puzzle because that just fit more of his interest. So this one will be fun as well. It's the same things, you know, just little tattoos you put on the sidewalk. And then my youngest, she's 4 years old, kind of got to pick her stuff just because she happened to be with me. My kids go to a charter school one day a week and they're gone all day except her because she's too small. They start at kindergarten. And so she was with me on the shopping days. So when we went to Hobby Lobby, this was one week we went to Hobby Lobby, she saw this carrot that's Bubbles and she wanted to get that. So we got that one because she's has some interest in certain things, but she's only 4, so it's not quite like fine-tuned yet. Not that my other kids are fine-tuned. Obviously they can change their minds, but it's just a little bit harder sometimes, and she's happy a lot of times with almost anything. So I'm like, just let her pick. And then we went to Walmart the next week and she got this little frozen egg. This is what she picked between who she saw. Oh, Peppa Pig. She saw Peppa Pig as well, and she decided she wanted this one. So I think it has stickers and some candy in it. I don't really know. It's supposed to be a mystery egg. And then this chalk. So she still is going a little bit with the chalk theme, but something that's a little bit more suited to her age. So these are just they're little eggs, if you can see that. So I thought that was cute. So that's what's going in their Easter baskets. And again, if I see anything in the next few weeks before Easter, I might add a few other things in, but as of right now, this is what's in there. And my kids all love Pokemon cards, especially because my oldest loves them. They all love them, but it's really hard to find Pokemon cards right now. So that will probably go in here if we can find some Pokemon cards. Okay, so as I mentioned, I don't put a whole lot in their baskets because we have a tradition of something that's gonna just sit on the table. It would go in their baskets if it could fit, but it's too big. So when I was a child, Easter focused around things we could share as siblings. And so one year we got like a basketball hoop, you know, that we all played on together. And I can't really remember the others, sometimes games, things like that we had to use together. It wasn't just individual gifts. It was all things that would kind of bring us together and have us work together. So we've continued that kind of tradition with our kids most years, especially since we started homeschooling. It's games. That's what we usually get is games, just because that's one of the easier things and it's something that we use all the time in homeschool. So I just wanted to show you, I got 4 new games/puzzles for us to use, and I'll just set these on the table next to their baskets, and this is something they all work together to use. And I tried to get things that catered to a variety of ages, since they're, you know, their age ranges are from 4 to 9. I kind of wanted to make sure all of them were included. So this is the first one that I saw that came up. This box is so long, guys. Can you see? I feel like it's longer than even the normal long boxes. I took it out of the Amazon box. These games, I think I got everything on Amazon that I'm going to show you. And I'll put all the links down below if you want to check them out. But I pulled it out and I'm like, this is a long box. Where am I going to put this? Anyways, it says buy it right. So we have money bags, which is a money game, but this is more of like a shopping type game, at least from what I could see from it. So you have like your shopping cart and things like that in the back, and they have the money and they're figuring out prices. So this is good not just to teach money and how to use money, but also just you could do a grocery shopping thing, and then if you wanted to take them actually to the store, you could do that. But this is for ages 5 to 9, and it has 3 skill levels, which is something I read about the reviews on Amazon that people really liked about this game, because they could adapt it to a variety of ages, which I love as well, because then we can use the games for a lot longer. So I'm excited to try this one out. If you'd like to see reviews on these games, let me know down in the comments, because I could go back and review some of our newer games that we've gotten for Easter and for Christmas and just let you know my thoughts on them, since we have used them a little bit now. So the next game is Katan Jr. And I don't know if you played Katan or Settlers of Catan, but it was something that we played when I was like a teenager, I guess, is when it came out. And I've thought about getting it for a long time, but that version is just too hard for young children, at least in my opinion, for what I was going to do with my kids. I was like, maybe my oldest could play it, but it would be too hard for the rest of them. So I saw someone recommend this one, and sorry, there's not a whole lot of like information here, but I thought this would be a fun game to try out and just to see how it works. I can't remember the age range. Oh, it says 6+, which fits most of my kids except my youngest. So I'm excited to try this out because I thought the other game was fun. The grown-up version of the game is fun. Okay, the next game, sorry, my kids are outside playing and they're screaming at each other. It's all right, my husband's downstairs. He'll take care of it. But I can just hear them, like if you can hear them, it's coming through the window that's not even open and they're screaming outside. But the next one is a puzzle. The next two are actually puzzles, but one of them's Pokemon. This is one that I almost got a 1,000-piece puzzle, but a lot of my younger kids are not as interested in puzzles as my oldest child, and they're not as good at them. And so I wanted something colorful that was easier for them to do, something they're interested in, which is Pokemon. And then this one has a variety. So it has a 500-piece long puzzle. And then 300-piece puzzles. So I think they're going to love this. You know, it has all the like original type Pokemon. So it'll be fun for them, but also will be good for some of my younger kids too, that they can each pick a puzzle too and not be fighting over who's doing what puzzle. They can just take turns, because sometimes when we have a big puzzle out, my oldest thinks it's all his and that only I'm allowed to help him. Nobody else can. So it'll be good for them to have a variety of puzzles to pick from, and you know, they'll learn to share eventually. It'll be fine. And then the last puzzle game, you know, thing that I got for them that's going to be sitting on the table for Easter morning is this Think Master United States puzzle. So this one again is very colorful, and I think it's 1,000 pieces. I don't know if it says anywhere on here, but I'm pretty sure it is 1,000 pieces. Oh, it says right here. Ta-da! It's right there in front of my face. But it says 12 plus. But my kids, again, are pretty good at puzzles. And it has a lot of colors. It has a lot of information. So I just thought this would be a fun like geography thing as well. But then something they'd enjoy and that would be a little bit easier for them to do because it has a variety of colors. Okay, now I'm going to show you the baskets that I'm going to make for a few of my neighbors. I did this 2 years ago, I believe. I don't do it every year because one, it gets kind of expensive depending on what you're buying and how many you're buying it for. And two, I don't remember what number 2 was. What was number 2? Oh, I don't want to give it to the same people, or, you know, I have to think of, okay, what people do I want to give it to? And so usually I just want to put some thought into it. And sometimes if it's every year, I don't know which neighbors that I haven't given to stuff recently because I bake stuff a lot and I give it to neighbors all the time. So this doesn't have any baked goods because I never know when people are going to be home. So if they're not going to be there, I don't want it to be something that's going to go bad before they get it. But I'm going to show you the baskets I got. I usually try to buy cheaper baskets just because I don't want to spend tons of money, but it's still, even I'm doing 5 people, I think this year, 5 like sisters. I'm calling them sisters, for that's what a church term. They're not all church people, but that's what we're going to call them, as sisters. But they're all a few of my neighbors. And this is the basket that I got. So this is from Hobby Lobby, and this one was $9, but they were 50%, no, 40, because it's a Easter basket. They had some just in their wicker basket section that I really liked, but they only had like one of the one I liked the most, and their baskets were all 50% off, so they were pretty like cleared out. But this one I thought was a good next choice. Anyways, so I thought the little burlap bow was cute here. So we have the basket, we have the filling. So I got these ones at Hobby Lobby, not at Walmart. So this one wasn't on sale, but this one was, because this is an Easter one, but they didn't have any white, and I wanted to mix them and have some filler instead of just pink, because secret, I don't love pink. I'm sort of wearing pink. This is more of a salmon color, which I do like, but I don't love pink. So I didn't want to just have plain pink. And then I got them some Cadbury eggs. This is all like really loud stuff, that like crinkly paper. So these are the shimmery ones, but they're still milk chocolate. So I got them each one of those to go in there, because who doesn't love Cadburys? I sort of do. They're not my favorite. They're too sweet for me, but I'll eat a few of them. And then the next thing I got from the bookstore was this magnet that they can just put on their fridge. It says, "Today's tests and trials are tomorrow's testimony." So I just thought that was super cute. So there's that. And then I got some lip balm. This was from, why can't I think of it? Bath and Body Works. I'm like, the name has gone. So this is from Bath and Body Works. So I got this for them. This is lemon, which is one of my favorite scents. But when I did this 2 years ago, I think I did the EOS. I don't even know how to say that brand's name. The little circle ones. That's what I got just from like Walmart. But then I decided to give these a try and do those. And then I also got everyone a candle. These are just from Walmart, but they smelled really good. If I can get it open. It's like, it smells delicious. So this one's Forest Honey. This was my favorite scent out of the ones they had and the ones that I could get 5 candles from. So I just thought it was super cute too aesthetically. It was very pretty and has this spring toned color. And then the last thing is this picture. So it says, I know that my Redeemer lives, since it's Easter. And this print in here is one I got online. I'll link it down below. I think it was $8 for the PDF or the JPEG, whatever it was. And it's formatted to print really big, but I just printed it small off my printer. I probably will make a big one for myself and put it on my wall and put a frame around it. But then these frames I just got off of Amazon and they were pretty cheap. Again, I try to keep this as like cheap but still nice as possible. So I just put this chalkboard print type picture in here, and this will also go in the basket. So those are all my Easter basket things. That's what we do for Easter most years. And I like to keep it simple but meaningful. And so I don't want the focus as much on the basket. I want it to be more on family. And then we do a ton of Christ-centered activities the whole week leading up to Easter. We basically spend that whole week focusing on Christ's last week of his life and just do tons of different activities and have a fun time together as a family. And so I'm excited for Easter and I'd love to hear your traditions. Comment them down below. What do you put in your baskets? What do you like to do with your family? How do you make sure Christ stays in your Easter instead of, just all the commercialism that sometimes can like seep in? And all those things. I'd love to hear all the details. Please put them down below. And if you enjoy seeing these types of videos, please give me a thumbs up and I will see you next time.